clearly I was on the record before the draft. The Houston Texans, with the first overall pick in the draft, will forever regret the day that they passed on Johnny Manziel. I don't have a lot of use for the Cleveland Browns right now because they passed him twice in the draft, as you know, at number 4 and then again at number 8 when they took Justin Gilbert.
Yep.
And part of the front office, 2 or 3 key members of the front office, were against drafting Johnny Manziel when they moved up to get him from 23 to 22. So they lucked into a kid who I think will be the greatest thing that ever happened since their championship in 1964 to the Cleveland Browns. And obviously, Browns Nation is on fire for Johnny Manziel. See jersey sales. It's very possible that a whole lot of fans outside Browns Nation on fire to see Johnny Manziel play football. Look, I respect Brian Hoyer. I thought he played really well last year. We're going to talk about Ron Jaworski's quarterback rankings here in just a little bit. But he's got Brian Hoyer at 26, which is actually pretty high for a guy with that little resume. But he goes on and on about how big a fan he is of Brian Hoyer, who's a fine player. And he will give Johnny all he wants in competition in camp. But you have to close your eyes and give the reins to the greatest playmaker I've ever seen in college football. In all my years, you have to hand him the keys to the franchise and hope he doesn't wreck it, that he, as he quoted, I'm quoting his text, that he wrecks the league instead of wrecks the car that is the franchise. And I believe he will wreck the league, and it should start sooner than later. And I think those jersey sales will show you just what the groundswell of support for another lightning rod. We just talked about what Michael Vick was, but the lightning rod that will be Johnny Manziel for the Cleveland Browns.